think we're live. Are we ready? Hello, everybody. Now, have you ever been on an aeroplane? It's got a sticky label on there, haven't we? Have you been on an aeroplane? And did you go somewhere fantastic and fun to go on holiday? We've been on holiday on an aeroplane, haven't we? Long time ago now. Where did we go? Can you remember?
Who's that?
Who's that? That's Auntie Annette watching us. Hello, Auntie Annette. So we've been on holiday, haven't we, on an aeroplane before, and that's exactly what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making an awesome aeroplane, and I'm going to show you how you can make this awesome aeroplane using lots of easy to find supplies at home, and we're going to show you a way of getting you to try and fly it around your house or in your garden. So it should be lots and lots of fun. So before we get cracking, just in case you don't know me, my name is Nicola, and I am the founder of The Fearless Frog.
Ivy.
And this is Ivy, and she's my very, very good assistant, aren't you? So we provide creative crafting workshops for children. Sometimes those are in person, and sometimes they're online. So today, as I say, we're going to be making this fantastic, awesome aeroplane. To show everybody there, Ivy, that's what we're going to be making today. Now, it's actually quite a simple craft, but what's great fun about it is you can do lots of changes and alterations and make it really unique and have your own special design. So let's go through. You're pulling the tape off. Let's go through some of the different things you're going to be needing today. Yes, another little bit of tape, hasn't it? It's come off there. So you're going to be needing a kitchen towel tube. Now, if you don't have a kitchen towel tube, you can do exactly what I've done here. Get 2 loo roll tubes and just tape them together like that. If you don't have any loo roll tubes to hand, you could get an A4 piece of card and just turn it into a tube shape. Or maybe you could get a cereal box and just cut a piece of card and roll it into a tube shape like this. So we're going to need those. You're going to need a couple of scraps of cardboard. Now, ideally, you want one, I'll just take it out of here so I can show you, this sort of size, so you can make the wings out of the scraps of cardboard and also the tail. So you need a couple of pieces of cardboard, just scraps of cardboard from a cardboard box. You're also going to need some items to do. That's going to be your one if you'd like that.
I want that one.
You want this one? That's fine, I can have that one.
And I can have that.
You can have that in a second, yeah. You're also going to need some bits and bobs to decorate your aeroplane to make it look amazing. Now, we're going to be using some paint sticks because they come up nice and bright on cardboard. We might also use some felt tip pens. So we've got both of those to hand, which I know you like using, don't you?
I like those ones.
You like those ones, so you can use those as well. We've also got a few other fun things to decorate with. So I've already peeled off some nice colourful tapes. I've got some tape here and I've peeled off a few bits of tape ready. So it's easy for Ivy just to grab some tape and put them onto her aeroplane when she's ready to do some sticking. And we've also got some little stickers here, some circular stickers.
I saw the pens.
Yeah, and these are going to be our windows on our aeroplane. Don't worry if you haven't got any circular stickers. What you could do is you could get some pieces of paper and either cut them circular or rectangular, and then you could just use some glue to stick them onto your aeroplane. So they don't have to be circular, but we've just got these to hand, so we'll use those. You'll also need some scissors. And if you're wanting to add a little person to your aeroplane, like we've done on this one, you can see we've got our little person in our aeroplane there. We've just used a little cork. And if you want a little person to go in your aeroplane, you might need to get an adult to help cut a little cockpit in the top of your aeroplane for him to slot into. If you haven't got a cork, don't worry. You could use just, again, a little scrap of cardboard and you could pop the cardboard in the top. Or you could get maybe...
You can do this.
You could do that, or you could get like a little wooden person and then you could slot in there quite nicely as well, but you don't want it too heavy, otherwise it might affect
like this.
It might affect the ability of your aeroplane to fly. What are you doing? Okay, so the first thing we need to do then, if you've got 2 loo roll tubes, okay, you're going to need to stick those together. So let's just pull these apart. Have we managed to get it stuck in there? It's stuck inside. Yeah. That's a good one.
Wow, how'd that go there?
It's nice and stiff. Here we go. So you could do actually what Ivy's just done there. If you just slightly slot them inside, and then to keep it nice and secure, we're just going to get some tape around those 2 loo rolls. Oh, is this one running out? Might run out on that one. Let's have a look, see if we've got some more here. Here we go. So I've got quite a wide tape, so that'll keep it nice and secure. I'm just going to pop that in the middle of the 2 loo roll tubes like that. Okay, and then get some scissors.
It's not like that though.
That one's not like that, but that one is, so you can choose which one you'd like. So you end up with a tube like that. Okay, so which one would you like to use, Ivy? Which one would you like to have? You want that one. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to prepare it ready to put the wings in place. And you're going to need 2 slots on this end there and on one on the other side. And then a slot on this side and one on the other side of it as well. Okay, for the tail. So I'm just going to put a cut here.
Oh.
And then directly on the other side, I'm going to put another slot there. So we've got 2 slots, one there and one there. And then I'm going to do the same at the other end as well. And then one on the opposite end. So we've got one there and one there. Oh, that's a big yawn. Shall I do your slots for you? Ready? Yeah? So we'll do a slot on this end, the tail, and then some longer slots.
This is sticky, that's all.
Yeah, longer slots at this end for the wings. Okay, so you see they're both lined up pretty much a similar place at the top end and the bottom end, and then on the opposite side we've got one at the top end and the bottom end. Okay, so put those to one side just for a minute. We're then going to get some scraps of our cardboard for our wings and our tail. Okay, so if you notice, I've got one that's a slightly curved shape here. These are going to be our wings. And then I've got a smaller piece like this, which is going to be our tail. So I'm going to cut my pieces up ready now and get Ivy to get cracking with the decorating on her ones. Okay, so what would you like to use for decorating? Do you want some felt tip pens or do you want the paint sticks? What would you like?
Pens.
You're going for the pens. So if you want to decorate the wings and the tail, and I will cut my wings out with this cardboard here.
Black one.
You use the black one if you want to. Mummy's going to cut this bit out ready. So it's just any old scraps of cardboard from all those impulse buys on the internet. So a little scrap of cardboard there. Just giving it a bit of a curved shape for the wings. Here we go. There we go. So that's my wing. Oh, bless you. Where did that come from? And then I'm going to get a little rectangle for the tail. Might want that a bit longer actually. Just going to do that one again. That's a bit better. Okay, so there's the rectangle for the tail. So you're using the felt tip pens. I'm going to have a go at using the paint sticks. So let's have an orange, I think. You like orange, don't you, Ives?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lovely colour.
I got orange too.
Yeah.
See?
Are you putting them orange on yours?
Yeah.
So you can design however you like on the wings. The fancier the better, I think. Let's have some blue on there as well. Oh, nice. Colour. Purple, yeah, I love purple. Shows up all nice. You have to be a bit careful. Do you know what I've forgotten to do?
No.
I've forgotten to put my apron on. Just have to be super careful. Make sure I don't get it on my top.
I didn't.
You didn't put your apron on either, did you? Aren't we terrible?
But I'm not drawn on mine.
Oh, well, we'll just make sure we don't get it on us, won't we?
Yeah.
So there you go. I've put a pattern on my wings. You could do both sides actually as well, but I'm just going to do the one side just to kind of show you what we're doing. And then I've done a little pattern on the tail as well. There's Ivy's. Ivy's been doing some nice designs on her wings. She's just doing the tail now, which is brilliant. Okay, so I'm just going to let those dry for a moment and I'm going to start decorating the main body of the aeroplane. Okay, now along the aeroplane, along here, is where all the passengers sit. And when the passengers are on the aeroplane, they like to look out the window and wave. So we're going to put some windows along our aeroplane. Okay, now if you're using a little square piece of paper, obviously you're going to need to use some glue to stick them on. But what you might like to do is you could draw some little people in the windows. So they're all looking outside, looking at where they're going, looking at the clouds that they can see. So here we are. Here we go. So we've got some windows on that side. Let's put some windows on this side as well. Let's have it above the wings. Remember, the slots are where the wings and the tail are going to go, so you might want your windows above those. Or you might have one of those double-decker aeroplanes, those big fancy ones. And you could have 2 rows of windows. That would be looking good, wouldn't it?
Mummy.
Oh, they look fantastic. Do you want to put your windows on your tube now? Where's your tube gone? Where have you put your tube? Is it on the floor? Just have to pull you back a little bit. Oh, look, there it is. Should we reach that? Can you reach it? Having a minor malfunction at the moment. Just finding our tube that we've dropped on the floor. There we go. Right, so can you see how Mummy's put the windows on there?
Yeah.
Would you like to put your windows on? Do you want orange or yellow windows? We're going to go for a mixture of both. Yeah?
I'm going to do yellow first.
Okay. Now, once I've got my windows in place, I'm then going to do a little bit more decorating on my aeroplane. And I've got some nice fancy tape. So I'm going to use a little bit of tape on here first. Okay. Oh, yeah. Does that one come off? It's only a little one, that one. I've got an orange bit of tape. I've got some blue and white tape. Always a good trick. Have some tape ready, prepped and cut up. Easy for us then to put it straight onto our aeroplane designs. There we go. I'm even doing a little bit of colour on the bottom of the aeroplane as well. Okay, so I put some tape on there. And then to match the wings and the tail, I'm going to use my paint sticks again and put a little bit more colour on the actual aeroplane body. So I'm going to put some more orange.
I like it like this.
Does that look nice there? Yeah. So some orange stripes. Super colourful aeroplanes.
You can do these ones, okay?
Yeah. Okay. And then, oh, that was blue, wasn't it, I used on the other ones. Let's see if I can get that one off. Are you putting them in? Oh, look at those windows. There'll be some passengers on there looking out. Are those ones too small? Okay. And put some blue all on there. Okay. So there we go. That's looking good. You're putting them on there instead of on your aeroplane? Yeah?
I'm going to put them on.
Or you're just getting rid of the little ones? Okay. All right then. So there we go. We've got our aeroplane all decorated. We now need to put it all together. Okay. So first thing is to slot our wings in at the front.
Just coming like this.
That's right. So it's going to be similar to that. So I've slotted my wings in at the front, at the top one. Sometimes if you haven't made the slot long enough, you might want to make it just a little bit longer. So pull the wings out and just put your scissors down to make it a little bit longer. So you're going to move this one out of the way a little bit, sweetheart, so people can see what I'm doing. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to slot in at this end. And push it right in like that. Okay. So that's the most sort of basic or simple design of the aeroplane. Now there's a couple of other options if you want as well. What you could do is you could put a little slit at the top and you can add an extra tail fin like I've done on this one.
Up and down is seats for everybody.
So that's like a double-decker aeroplane on your one, isn't it? Yeah. So on this one, I've added a slit at the top and I've put an extra sort of tail fin at the top. Now, what I found when I was doing this is that it sometimes fell out. So I put a little staple in there as well. So that's the great thing about doing crafts like this is sometimes you have to make a few changes and alterations just to make sure that they work. And that's just like being an engineer. So this one, I've stapled it in to keep it in place. Okay. Oh, lovely. And so you might want to keep the simple design or you could add a tail fin.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do is you could get a little slit here, here and here, move it upwards and then pop in your cork so that you can have a little pilot in there flying your aeroplane. So then it would look something like this if I take it out. So you could get a craft knife, make a slit, 3 little slits like this, pull it upwards so that's his windscreen there. and pop in the cork at the front, and then you've got a pilot in there as well if you want to. So there's lots of variations, lots of things that you can do to make it your very own unique design. Okay, so I'm going to show you very quickly as well what you can do to try and get your aeroplane to fly. Now what you're going to need is a long piece of rope. Now I did try this with wool. It didn't work particularly well. I think that was because the wool was too thin and also too wavy and just not very weighted. So I would suggest go with a piece of rope if you can. I couldn't find any rope, so I've actually gone with a dog lead. So that's what this is all about. It's all about finding things that you've got available that you can use, that you can make use of. And what you're going to do is you're going to feed the dog lead or the rope that you've got through the bottom of the aeroplane. Then you're going to tie one end to the bottom of a chair, and the other end needs to be high up, like on a cupboard, or the handle of a cupboard. That's beautiful, darling. Do you want to use your colouring pens to do some more colouring and decorating on, like this one? Or you can stick on some tape if you want to make it pretty with the tape. Yeah? So I'll just demonstrate that quickly now. So hopefully you'll be able to see in the background in just a second what I'm talking about. Okay? So this, here we go. This is the dog lead. So I've got one end of it tied to the bottom of, there's a ladder in my craft room at the moment. So I've got one end of it tied to the bottom of the ladder. So the other end, I'm going to feed through the bottom of the aeroplane here. Just like that. Oops, the wings coming out the bottom. Pull that through, then pop his wings back in, or his tail even. And then I'm going to put this end at the top where the cupboard is, and then hopefully in a second you'll see the aeroplane go whizzing down. So let's just have a go. We'll pop that up here. Just have a watch out, see if you can see it. Here it goes. Woo! Did you see it?
Yeah.
So do it again. And you could take this out into the garden. You could tie one end to the top of your slide, for instance, or the other end to the bottom of your climbing frame, and see if you can get your aeroplanes to fly. So here we go, watching. Are you watching? Woo! So I hope you've enjoyed watching the awesome aeroplane craft today.
I didn't finish it.
This is the last in our series of our boredom buster crafts, but you can carry on with that, darling. Don't worry if you haven't finished. We can keep going. This is the last in our series of our boredom buster crafts, but if you've enjoyed them, we've also got the Fearless Frog Craft Club, which is basically a monthly membership where you can pay a small amount every month to get 4 video workshops just like this, with some printable instructions and a list of supplies using things that you've got around the home. So super simple, super straightforward, but lots and lots of fun. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the description that you can click. The doors to the membership will close on midday on Friday, so only open for a short time, just so I can spend time getting the members getting the best experience possible.
Doggy.
Is that right? You can see somebody's doggy on there. Right. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed that. We're going to go outside in a moment and go and try our awesome aeroplanes out. See you all again soon. Yes, we're going to put those bits on now. Bye.
I didn't finish